Welcome to another brown bag challenge. One thing I did forget to do before hitting that live button is I forgot to hit my fan. So let me do that real quick. Okay, I'm back. I forget to turn it off because it feels good to get warm up here. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with the brown bag challenge, I had my partner in shenanigans come up to the studio. I handed him 5 Aldi paper bags. And I said, put 5 random things in each bag, staple them shut so I don't know what's inside. And for the next 5 days, this is day 2, so one's already passed. We're going to do one tonight, and I got 3 more coming up. We're going to do what's inside the bag. Because this is a challenge. I figured I have used so much of my creative power doing these 106 live streams. But here I am. We're going to open this up and see what's inside. Last night's was a trip, and I made a mod to the rules. Rules is I have to use at least a portion of each one of the items in the bag. The other rule is I have to complete this in 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. Within that time frame. Last night I tried doing it in 60 and I did it in about 67, and it's like, you know, from scratch doing a whole journal in an hour, yeah, that's even tricky for me who can like do all the things on the fly, because you've got glue time, you know, glue drying time, and maybe paint splatter time, and you just got to give yourself a little bit of extra time. So we're going to take this and we're going to make a complete project, or complete-ish project, because I don't know how I'm going to decorate stuff yet, and I always want to go back and floof it up, zhuzh it up a little bit before I put it on the Ko-Fi site. So, oh Lord, there's fabric in here. Okay, he put in the whole stack of napkins. I'm only going to use one. He's so adorable. I love him to death. Oh, and then these I got from Steph. They've been sitting in the corner, and some orange paint, and some more fabric, and some blue lace. Okay, I'm only using one. But at least he color coordinated for me. All right, we can do this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom off. The easiest way to cut the bottom off of a paper bag is just do it. Okay, so I didn't bring my phone up. So it's 7:34. I'm going to write that down because I will forget. 7:34. So we have 90 minutes from this time. We're going to try not to kill myself while I'm lifting up Fanny over here. She's heavy. Okay. You know what? We're probably going to pick out another color of paint because I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I don't say what I'm going to do until I do it, because otherwise, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to make a journal. I'm going to make a super fast journal. Can we do it? Let's see. We need to cut this part off. I found my big scissors. They were under... I need to clean up my desk. And I cleaned up my desk. And Viola, there they were. So, I'm going to take the big scissors and just cut them up here. So, I have no, what's the word? regulations on how big or what I need to make or anything like that. So we are going to there are no rules governing me other than I have to use everything that's in the bag, or at least a little bit of something that's in the bag. And it has to be completed in that 90 minutes. So, let's see if we can, oops, that's why it wasn't working. Okay, so 9. Let's do 9 1/4. Give it a little bit of extra room. Okay, put that in the not going to use pile. And then we're going to take and just snip off this edge. We're going to glue this all down, and it'll be easier if we can just open it up flat. So, there we go. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Just like literally a fur. Okay, we're done with you for now, my dear. Let's put you back, Miss Fanny. Oh, yeah. I have a stack of milk crates behind me, and that's where I keep it. Okay, we're going to do it. Well, if it doesn't fall down because I have a roll of fabric, I have this fabric that I used on my other journal, and I have to put it back in the corner. There, it'll sit right there. All right, we're going to glue blue sides together. Where's my big glue stick? I'm going to bring out the big oohoo stick. And we're just going to glue this down. Okay. Okay, there we go. And we're going to grab our glitter glue, and hopefully Herbert is going to work for us today. Apparently not. Lord have mercy. I'm in a hurry, Herbert. Jeez. I gotta be a diva. There we go. Put that there. Maybe now he'll work. Yeah, he'll work, but he's kind of rusty because my needle was a little rusty. And rust isn't going to do anything but make your glue a little discolored. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take this, I'm going to fold it back on itself. Hopefully, come on. There we go. And line it up like that. There we go. We have the seam on that side, which is fine. Let's glue this down. Go. Apparently I don't know how to put on glue. There we go. Okay. sprayer. Are you kidding me? Everything is falling down today. Narrowly misses my foot. There we go. Maybe that's Mama's way of saying, hey, use the skulls. Okay, I'll use the skulls. Jeez. Just let me put this back, please, okay? Which one? I know one of these I embossed. Oh, maybe I didn't. Let me use this one. There we go. Okay, I hear you. Jeez. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, now that the glue's already set. All right, now. So we're going to take this napkin, this is a cloth napkin, and we're going to cut, come on, work with me. I got this at a thrift store. And we're going to cut it so we can use another part of it. Okay, so we're going to cut here, and hopefully it'll tear, because these are square, right? Yeah. All right, so we're going to cut here, because I don't want the tag in this. So I'm going to cut a little bit here, and then tear it. That over in our pile. And then I want a little fold over bit. And right there. That looks good. That in the other pile. Okay. And then, oh, I wish it was a little bit longer, but you know what? I kind of like it like that. So, these are sugar skulls. Perfect for Halloween, hey? Let's see how this lays on top. No, that's going to be too short, so we have to do it this way. Okay, and there is a selvage end, which is fine. We're going to cut this here and rip that. There we go. And then put that there. We're going to rip this edge too. Actually, no, because we're going to fold that edge over. But I want this to be... Okay, so let's... Excuse me. We're going to put the fabric on this side. What size do we got here? This is 19. So, glue stick. we're going to stitch around this. So this is more just to get it to stay in place. So we're not going to put any wet, super wet glue on it. And I think we'll use, I've got the black thread in there, but I think I'll thread the sewing machine with some red thread. Okay, there's that. And then we'll take this and lay it down. Move this out of the way, because it's easier to get it about where we want it. There we go. Tack it down, and then we'll pull. Brayer. Oh, there's some glue still on there from the last one. It's all right. Okay, now take this. That's the only thing I don't like about buying fabric at Walmart is they do fat quarters. Yes, let's do a little bit wider here. There we go. There we go. But they are not very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not very straight on their cuts. So we want that like that. So there we go, and cut this one here like that, and then we'll cut this one here like that. There's that goes in the not going to use pile, at least for right now. And then we have this one. There we go. If you're just joining in, I am doing a 90-minute What's in the Bag challenge. I got 90 minutes to take what is in the bag and turn it into something preferably awesome. Okay. I wish I would have done this the other way. It's okay. It'll be a nice little surprise on the inside. Okay, so glue stick again. And we are going to stitch this down. Me, unless you're going to come here and sew for me. That'd be kind of nice. I got so many things I wanted to do. So many things. Okay. Now, I'll line this up here because we're going to fold that over. There we go. And then we'll probably end up tearing some of this off. Okay. Yep, we'll end up tearing about yay much off. There we go. this over. I'm going to use glue stick to hold it in place because I don't have the option for pins. I mean, I could, but then there'll be a permanent hole. Okay, oop. There we go. Oops. That didn't go as planned. Get that flipped over. That's pretty straight. Oh, there we go. There. Okay. And flip. We're going to put a little more glue down here. There we go. Okay, I am going to put a pin. Oh, I wonder if I have a lot. You know what? I've got glow in the dark. That would be perfect. I've got green, like this lime, this kind of bright green, glow in the dark. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Okay, so I am going to put a pin on the other side, right where this paper ends. Here. Excuse me. And here. So that's what we're going to do for that. And then while this is still a little damp, let's figure out how do we want this. Do we want it to be, let's see. So 5.5 would be right there. Let's do 6. And then wrap this around so it stays like that. And there we go. We're just going to do a little notebook. Okay. I mean, we could do a whole, I don't know, let's do a notebook with a pocket right here. Okay? Yeah. And we'll do one with maybe refillable something or another. Okay. I wanted to get those folds made before it dried too much, and then it gets kind of hard to fold. All right, I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine. There we go. So if anybody new comes in, they know that I will be right back. Oh, they'll know I'll be right back. Because, yeah. All right, so I've got some glow-in-the-dark colors. And one is already on a bobbin. I think it's the green, which would be perfect if it was. No, it's the purple, which is fine. Then we'll let's turn this stuff on. Okay, and then yellow green, is that in here? No, I think it's down at the bottom. White, brown, metallic and specialty, that's where it's at. All right. So let's take this off. I've got enough thread for probably the next 5 years. Because I have some people have a paper addiction, like they want to buy paper all the time. I used to, but now I buy thread, which is really weird. But it's like, oh, that's a pretty color. I need that. I don't have that one yet. I don't have that one yet. I need to write down which ones I do have, so next time I go into the Painted Raven, I can get some new thread. Whoopa. There we go. See how fast I can thread this. Da, 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 da. There we go. Look at me go. I got it on the first try. Usually it takes 3. Okay, there we go. And then the bobbin goes in. And hopefully we have enough on the bobbin. There should be. There's plenty of thread on there. We're going to go around this. We're going to do a zigzag, and then we're going to flip it over and do a straight stitch. So it's a little of each color, and then I'll probably switch out colors again and maybe do a red and a black, because I have the perfect red, or maybe a blue. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's do the zigzag purple. I'm going to start. I'm going to do the purple, light purple. So we're going to start here. Basically right by my pin, where my pin is at. And pull the needle, start the needle down. Oh, I am on zigzag already. I'm going to up the tension just a notch. All right, here we go. And I don't know if this is the front cover or the back cover, but we're just going to go for it. Okay, and one more. There we go. Excuse me. I'm going to take this pin out so I don't get stuck underneath. There we go. And bring it down. One more. There we go. Nope, I think I went too far. There we go. No, okay, I got one more. Okay. Trying to feel where the end of the paper is at. There we go. And down we go. And lay that flat. There we go. Okay, now we're going to flip this over and we're going to do a straight stitch. straight stitch, stitch length, we're going to bump it all the way up to 4, width we bring it down to 0, and then flipping it over because that way we don't have to change out the color in our, and I think we'll just do right down the edge of this, right there. Okay. There we go. Turn it around. One more. There we go. Okay. It's kind of hard to see my stitches on that pattern, but it's okay. Almost done. Okay, and now we're going to change the green thread on the top. I'm going to change that out for black. And then we'll do a straight stitch down the front. Okay, black. And then that way there'll be 2 purples on the inside. Yeah, let's do it that way. It'll be faster. I don't have to redo the bobbin. Okay, so I'll bring that through. Rethreading. You'd think I'd be an old pro at this, considering how many colors I change for each one of my journals when I sew my journals. But I still struggle. Because it's tiny, it's a heavy-duty needle. You'd think it'd have this bigger eye in it, and it doesn't. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to do this on the inside. So, let's line it up. There we go. There we go. Go a little bit. Back stitch. And off we go. Got an idea. one stitch. There we go. Funny thing is no one will see your mistakes but you. And back stitch. There we go. That's gonna look stinking cute when we get this done. Okay. So we're done sewing. I'm gonna get a drink of water. I'll be right back. Okay, for those of you just joining us, I am doing a paper bag challenge where inside the paper bag is 5 to 7 random items. I have to use all of them and create something. And so far I've used the paper bag and 2 of the fabrics. What I have left is some orange paint, and these are coasters. So we're going to turn coasters into pockets and we're going to paint them. So here is our little notebook. We're going to put maybe 2 pockets in here, and then we're going to stitch in some pages here and maybe put a piece of Velcro with this skeleton guy right there maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I might actually had this idea. Actually, let's do that. I kind of like that idea now that I think about it. Let's see, is this big enough? Yes, it is. Okay, so we are going to very quickly fussy cut out this guy. Or girl, I don't know. And I'm just doing kind of far away from the skull because we're going to have to fussy cut them out again. Anyway, but the less we have to cut later, the better. This is really hard to do. I should have just glued them down first, but, you know, walk on the wild side. Hello, Catherine. I hope you are doing well. It's been a minute since you've been here. Probably busy with life. All right, so we're gonna put this guy down over here. He's still a little damp. Let's put it on this side. Nah, we'll put it on this side. And then we can paint the back black if we need to. Okay, what do I want to use? What's going to dry fastest? I should not worry about what's going to dry fastest, but what's going to look the best. Okay. I know that this is going to look the best, so this is what I'm going to use. I need a brush. Oh, and I forgot to wash my brush. Dang it. All right. I'll grab another brush. It's okay. I'll soak it in some vinegar water and it'll be fine. Yeah, let's just do this. Do it to it. This is like the biggest brush ever created. Or longest, I should say. It's like super long. Okay, so I'm just going to smooch this around. There we go. Put him down. And then we're going to just... See, I was afraid the print would come through, so that's why I didn't want to do it on the other side. Okay, I got a lot on here. So, I'm going to wipe some of this off so it dries faster. And usually I don't do this, I don't cross-contaminate, but I didn't want to go on a quest for a container. So, here we are. All right, this is going to look cute. Okay, I'll let this dry. I'll make sure I get it in all directions. Okay. I'll grab my water bottle and spray it with water, and that way I can use this brush for... Actually, I'll probably grab a different brush. So let's just put that over there because that one, they both need to be cleaned. And we're going to cut this out. I'm going to go put this in front of the fan. Excuse me. Hopefully it'll help it dry faster. I'm going to take my finger and just kind of brush out any brush lines that might be there. And put this in front of the fan. Off on my little adventure. Okay. Let's move you down. Have you sit right there. There you go. You can hang out on top of the cricket. There you go. Okay, next step. Let's paint some stuff, huh? My family's building a little house for me that's at the back of my brother's farm, so whatever you want to say. Oh, okay. Researched or used the new line of Walmart mediums. Are they like Walmart brand? Like Great Value brand? I have never even heard of them, but I'm willing to try them out. I'm always willing to try something that's easily accessible to people and affordable. And we're going to use one of these keys just as they are, because that's stinking cute. But let's do... Actually, we're going to take Fanny out. Roar. I'm going to cut it down so it is 3 1/4-ish. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Oh, I ripped the corner off. That's okay. Put you in the scrap bin and get the corner rounder out. That didn't do nothing. Okay. That's okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this corner. There we go. That kind of just wreaked havoc on it too. But that's okay, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to find our emery board here. It should be in this pot somewhere. Somewhere. Or maybe it's in my other cup. Oh, look. I got a brush. It's funny how things work out like that. And this needs to be washed too. Okay. Well, it's not in there. Must be in here then. Oh, that almost fell over. That thing's a little top heavy. Okay. Well, it's not in here either. What did I do with it? You know what? Screw it. We'll grab sandpaper. I've got some 80 grit sandpaper right here in the drawer behind me. So, sandpaper, emery board. Oh no, it got glue on it. That's okay. Oh. And I'm just going to sand. Grunge it up a little bit. I'll take some black ink. I'm just getting the edges, and then I'll take the brown ink and we'll just press this down. And then we'll do an orange pocket. What do we got for time here? 45 minutes, okay. Brown, that's what I was grabbing over here. Brown. And let's take some brown and just kind of grunge this up a bit. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to take and hit this with some rubbing alcohol, and that'll make the brown ink and black ink kind of not only blend, but they do kind of a cell action. Oh crap, we got to use this lace. I know exactly what we'll do. There's my alcohol. So here's the before. And the after. It soaks right in, but see how it does this little pocket cell thing? So yeah, it's very cool. One. Now we're going to take one big one and take some orange paint, because Mikey knows I actually like orange, so I don't know what Mikey was thinking. Okay, anytime you use a chip brush when it's brand new, pull on it, because you're going to get a lot of little furs. So I do it like 3 or 4 times. And then I take in, I beat it against something hard, kind of doing a Bob Ross impersonation, and then I pull it a couple of more times. That way, you're less likely to get little furs in your paint, or you can just drop your brush right in the paint. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a couple of coats of paint on this. That's all right. There we go. And a little bit more orange. Well, that's a lot of bit more orange. That's okay. I have an idea. I always have ideas. Where's my skewer? Yeah. I sometimes have too many ideas and it gets me in trouble. Because then I want to do too many things and I'm only one person. Alright. So I'm going to do that. You know what? We're going to kind of curve these. Maybe not. I was thinking pumpkin, but I kind of just like the stripes. All right, I'm gonna hit this with the hairdryer so I can come back and hit it with the rest of this paint. So I need to find a safe place to put this where it's not going to fall on something. There we go. And I'm going to hit this with a hairdryer, so I'm going to mute my microphone. Hold on one moment. $5 for 8 ounces, that's a really good price. I'm kind of going for like a basket weave texture here. I need a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully this will, maybe we're going to have to do a third coat, because that lifted up right there. Or we can put the ribbon across. Ha ha ha. Or we can distress it. Oh, that's what we'll do. Okay. All right. I need my cup of water, but it's downstairs. Okay, so we're just going to put this kind of like that. There we go. And I'm going to take this off. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to leave it down because I don't know it'll stay when I'm blow drying it. The matte medium for gluing. It's wonderful if it uses glue. The other two I'm not sure about yet. You can use the pearlized as a matte medium as like a glue as well, and it gives the whole thing like a pearlized effect. So like on the embellishment that I'm going to put on the front cover, you could do that with pearl, and it should work the same. The directions are a little bit different as well. Now you've got my curiosity piqued. I'll have to check it out. Let me dry this real quick. Okay, so I just had a thought. We can make these gusseted because I have these extra little pieces here from doing, yeah, that one's not going to work, but this one will. So I'm going to take one of these as a template. I'm going to set this off to dry, or cool, because it should be dry. And so we should cut it here. There we go. Cut it mostly straight, or try to. And then I just cut this. And this. And right here. Oh, for Pete's sake. I can't cut a straight line apparently. Okay. And then we'll use this. Okay. So let's try and cut that a little bit more straight. I was just looking at him going, yeah, that's a great job, Tish. There we go. So we'll make little gusseted pockets out of these. And I'm going to use this for this one. And put that back up there. There we go. And so we need one long one and two short ones. So we'll cut them off right about there. Okay, these all, this, and then this. Actually, that can be a little bit shorter. Actually, no, it'll be fine. Okay, let's do this one first. So let's get our art glitter glue out. So this will go here, like that. Right? Yeah, okay. Making sure I'm not losing my mind. And then this will go here. First we need to angle this one off. There we go. We'll do the same thing with this. I knew I was forgetting a step. There we go. That can go right there. I went a little high, I think. Yeah, I did. It's okay. So It's about right. Sedite, sedite. And then, oops, almost did it the wrong way. 1 and a 2. And this one's going to go right here. And we need to, there. That corner was sticking out a little bit too far. All right. There's that. Let that dry. And let's see. It's dry. Woo! All right. Well, the back side's not. All right, we're going to take our towel and we're going to make it dry. We're going to just, well, let's do it on the parchment so we don't get paint all over the table. There we go. Okay. And let's take this black ink. Come on. There we go. Oh, I got a little crazy. That's all right. We're going to put the blue ribbon or the blue lace on here. There we go. And the brown comes in and just kind of muddles everything together. And we'll hit it with some rubbing alcohol. I'm going to do this off the desk, so before and where did my rake go? There we go. We can lift a little of this ink. There we go. No, you stay off. And after, it kind of blends things in. And then take a little bit of this blue lace and we'll put it across the pocket like that. So okay, but we're going to wait for that to dry because I don't want it sticky again. There we go. Let's flip that over. And I am going to hit this with the hairdryer. I don't even know. He went digging through the drawers. He really put the heart and soul into this. That's awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's like, dude. Okay. Let's hit this with the hairdryer on cool because we have rubbing alcohol on it. Sorry, mute microphone. Okay. It's still a little tacky, but I'm okay with it. So we're going to take this and put it across the top like that. Actually, we're going to do it like this, so that way, there we go. Okay, I'm going to take some of this glue and take that down. And then we're going to pull it tight-ish. You don't want to put it too tight because you don't want it like all askew. Look at me and my fancy words. There we go. There we go. Got a belly band on there. And now we'll take these. Actually, I'm going to take a piece of this tape, just so I know that that ribbon's not going to come off anytime soon. I could have cut that piece in half, but that's okay. There we go. Who's got time for cutting pieces in half? I've got like 20 minutes to finish this project on time. Okay, so what do we want to be the top? That can be the top. Okay, putting this down at the bottom. First we need to angle these. Make sure they're going to fit. Oh yeah, we'll fit. Okay. Turn, swish and flick. There we go. Okay, we're done with you. Go away, I say. Try and get it on there as straight as I can. And, oh, my finger wanted to stick to it. At least something's sticking tonight. The other day I could not get glue to glue. Yeah, something's sticking all right. Not the stuff that's supposed to be. Okay. There we go. There we go. And I'm not like doing these, trying to get these exact, but somewhat straight would be nice. Okay. So this way it's gusseted and ta-da! There we go. Now we'll let this one dry. We'll put it over there. This one's ready to go right there. And let's move some of this stuff out of the way. You can go back over there. We use the blue so that can get out of the way. Should we put... I know I don't need to fussy cut this out, but I don't want to take out my whatchamabobber, the die cut thing. I can't even think of what it's called. I need to use it more. I thought about getting little candy dies, like things that look like little candies, and using them to like dress up my labeling for my candy. I hate fussy cutting. Have I said that enough? I really don't like it at all. I don't think we're going to put him on the lace. I think we're just going to put him behind the lace, like that. There we go. Okay. That way it's there if we want to do something different. All right. Let's clear off the desk. Move the skewer before we stab ourselves in the hand with it. Don't ask me how I know that hurts, because, yeah. And then we're going to take this pocket, put it here, this pocket, and put it here. Where's our fold? The fold is right here. Maybe we put, no, I want to do them both here. Yep, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to fold this backwards, like this, so I know where I'm putting my dealy bob, my pocket. Jeez, what gives? And we're going to use some Fabri-Tac for this because we're gluing to fabric, and our glitter glue is not real swell for that. So we're going to put Fabri-Tac here, and here, and here. There we go. Put that sideways so we don't have to shake it like a crazy person again. I'm going to put this way down at the bottom, just like that. And then this will go right here, like that. And then we're going to get our pages, because I know exactly what pages I'm going to use. So there we go. All right, I need something kind of heavy to hold this down. This is heavy enough. There we go. Because they want a bow. And I don't want to clamp them. So I'm just going to slide that over there. And I'm going to grab these pages that we didn't use. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I should have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now get these stacked up. And so we need to cut this off at 5.5. Hopefully, nope, it's not going to go through. So, there we go, and cut this top piece off. I think. Do we need to? I don't think we need to, because it's 9 inches tall. Oh yeah, we do. So, let's do it right there. There we go. Five and a half. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to take, hopefully this is going to work, because we have literally 5 minutes left. 4 minutes, or thereabouts. So if I take this and I get it where I want it, and I open it up and lay it flat, some, well, I just moved it. God bless America. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so we put this in here all the way to the edge. Okay. There we go. All the way to the edge. We're going to clip it here. Clip it here. Okay, and then open it up. Is that still on the fold? Close enough. I do believe. Nope. Okay, we're going to do it this way. And then we can just adjust the fold wherever we need to. As long as this is straight-ish. Okay. There we go. Gotta open this up a little bit more. And then, where'd that blue? Take this. And we're going to lay this down. But first we're going to take some glue stick. Just to kind of help tuck it in place. There we go. And we're going to take this down and cut it right here. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, I just stabbed myself in the hand. I'm going to start here and I'm going to stitch up and back, and that'll give us, hopefully, in theory, that'll give us a nice binding-ish. So, as long as this is straight, there we go. And we are on straight stitch. Good. Here we go. Oops. Let's take that off. We're going crooked because the clips are in the way. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that worked. Excuse me. Now, let's see if it worked. It's not exactly straight, like 100% straight, but straight enough. There we go. And you know what we can do? We can take this. Where's my decal cutter? There he is. could cut through more stacks with this. There we go. There we go. There we go. I just want a little off the top. What time did I start? 7:34. I got a couple minutes yet. There we go. There, now that looks like it's supposed to be that way. I'm actually going to take a couple pages from the back, cut them a little short. And a few from the middle, right here. No, I'm just going to leave it, I think. There. Okay, so got that, Got our nice little ribbon placement thing. Got our pockets. So you can do your pockets in here. I kind of like it like that. All right, let's go get our sugar skull that we're going to put on top. And I'm trying to figure out what I did with the garlic, the glitter stuff from last night. This stuff. Because I think I want to use it again, but I don't know what to do with it. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay, I'm going to grab my skull. Oh, that's nice and dry. And I'm going to grab I have Velcro. Where is it? No, those are labels that need to be gone through because I don't sell half those products anymore. Okay. I need to put labels on these so I know what they are. There we go. Found them. Okay. Put these in the bin. And we're going to cut off a little bit here, like that. I'm going to cut this out really quick. We're going to cut right on the black line, or as close to it as I can. Okay, black ink. I'm totally destroying this dauber pad. Okay, and then we're going to take a little bit of brown ink, and we're just going to kind of knock down this white a little bit. Oop. There we go. And then okay. There we go. We're going to roll this up. And we're going to cut this end off, this end off, and cut it in half. There we go. And now we have two layers of this to put behind it, and then let's get another piece. Okay. So let's do come on. I hate tulle. Well, I don't hate it. It's just annoying. Okay. There we go. We'll put that right here. Like that. What do we think? And then we'll come in and cut it down. Yep. Okay. So, Fabri-Tac to the rescue. First we need to open it. I'm going to do a big, big, big circle. Lots of glue. Pull the string off. Oh, that gives me an idea. Let's put that down first. And then more glue. I'll put this one here. And this one here. Okay, and then take the green and the purple and the black thread, because that's what we used. I'm going to get a bunch of it. Lay it on here like this. And then I'm going to take some Fabri-Tac, put it on the back of this. lay this down right there. Press it down. I'm going to take the scissors. Actually, you know what? We're going to take these scissors. These are thinning shears. That'll give us kind of a frayed edge. There we go. And then we'll just come in. Give a little haircut to these guys. And I'll kind of go wherever. There we go. And then I'm going to bunch this up. Cut it. There we go. Do the same thing here. Just kind of bunch it up. There we go. That way it's not so even. Cut this one off too a little bit. There. Give it a shake. There we go. Done. Okay. But it's a full journal, y'all. Okay, so we have all these extra pieces of things that we can put in a pile over here. So, this is what we made in the last 90 minutes or so. Kind of zhuzh this up a little bit. There we go. And open. And open. So now you have a notebook that you can put, we could actually put this here and this here and then this here, and it'd be still the same thing, but I kind of like it where it kind of tucks everything in like that. So 90 minutes, random items, made this. Join me next time for the What's in the Bag challenge. Remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.